Welcome back, travel fans. It's me again, Morgan from the very unofficial travel guides. As you can see, I am back here in Hamburg in front of the red sofa. I'm really here for another Sunday Storytime video from home, and I wanted to sit down and do like a review of 2017. 2017 was a fantastic year for me on my YouTube channel and on my social media altogether. Things just sort of, I don't know, they took off in a way and they grew so much more than they had been growing in the years before. And I'm so happy and so thankful for that. I wrote down some numbers here. Just a few things. I had, up until today, in 2017, 2.7 million video views, and that's all you people out there. And it blows my mind sometimes to think that that many people have watched my videos. I mean, I know it's not 2.7 million people. You know, some of you watch more than one of my videos, but still, to think that there's that many people walking around on Earth who've, enjoyed what I do and used it to help themselves plan. People write to me all the time and say thank you because they watched a video, it made the planning easier. Or I've run into a lot of you at Disney and especially on cruise ships who say thank you and they thank me and say because of me we chose this cabin or we chose this cruise, and that makes me feel so good because that's like the reason I like to do this, is not only because it's like a video diary for myself to look back at all the fun things that I've gotten to do, but also because I want to help other people plan and enjoy their vacations. And my motto in the back of my head is always, I travel to popular and not so popular tourist destinations to give you a very unofficial look at what it was like to be there. If you've watched a lot of my videos, you know I don't always just talk about the great stuff. Sometimes I talk about the bad stuff. I talk about things that go wrong. I talk about things that should be better. And that's what I'm here for. And to all 2 million people who watched my videos in 2017, I just want to say thank you. And an extra special thank you to all the people who support me also on patreon.com/veryunofficial. I know I say this all the time. I feel like I kind of repeat myself, but I just want you to know how important it is to me and how grateful I am that you guys help me out. Not only the people who watch my videos on a regular basis and share them with their friends, but also the people who support me on patreon.com. If you're really into my videos and you want to give me like a little tip, a little bit of extra help to continue making videos, you can do that at Patreon. And I also uploaded over 20 videos in 2017 just for Patreon people. And some of them are behind the scenes stuff, some of them, do you see this fuzzy right here? I caught it. Oh my gosh, it's like, I'm like the Karate Kid. What was I saying? Yes, there are over 20 videos just for people who support me on Patreon. If you're interested in seeing what all that is, then go over to patreon.com/veryunofficial. Okay, I wanted to go through the trips that I did in 2017. I had to write them down on the back of this Christmas card I got from my friends. And just talk a little bit about memories I had of certain events and things that happened, highlights and lowlights and stuff. And I haven't really thought a lot about it. I just wrote down the order of what they were and kind of the order of what happened. And it begins this year, or 2017, the first trip began with going to Orlando. That was something we did for Marcus's birthday, so it was the end of January, and we flew to, was this the trip where, no, that was a different trip. I was gonna say, was this the trip where the flight got canceled and we had to get rescheduled? But no, this time it all worked out fine. And we stayed at the relatively new, I almost wanna say brand new Sapphire Falls, where the room was nice. It was a little bit small, but the decorations were good. The amenities of the resort were good. It was the first time we could take the boat, the transportation system boat from the hotel over to the parks, which we haven't done at any other Universal stay. But the new Sapphire Falls resort has these horrible barn doors on this, like sliding barn doors on their bathrooms that don't offer you any privacy, and that for me was a reason to never stay there again unless I'm staying by myself. What else happened there? We got to do the brand new King Kong attraction, which I thought was fantastic. I don't know, a lot of people kind of slam it and say that it's so disappointing and that they were expecting so much more, but what more were you expecting? I think it's amazing. I wish that would be more of the trend, because I feel like a lot of the big new rides nowadays are only screen-based attractions where you just basically sit in front of a screen and watch a movie. And I don't like that trend. And Kong for me was a great hybrid, a great mix of moving through space and also watching a movie. And before the movie part, in the beginning and the end, you're actually moving through rooms, and there's actual gigantic things there that move, and that's what I like. I wish that more of the new attractions would be like the traditional attractions, like Haunted Mansion or Pirates of the Caribbean, and that this movie-based technology is just there to make that kind of thing like bigger and better, and not that is the entire attraction. Know what I mean? Also, we went to the Kennedy Space Center for the first time, which is something that Marcus really wanted to do. It was something that I never would have suggested. I never would have said, hey, let's go do that, because I thought that it was something that didn't really interest me. But then I thought it was fascinating. And I know I said this in the video that I made about it, but it reminded me of like old school Epcot back in the 80s. There was a lot of talk about technology and advancements in technology and how we use it to make life better, and the way that some of the exhibits were set up, it was like going to see a show. And that's what I just really appreciated about old school Epcot. I mean, I still really like Epcot, but it's not what it used to be, you know what I mean? And so if you're going to be in Orlando or in Florida and you've never been to Kennedy Space Center, but you like Disney parks and you like Epcot, I would definitely recommend going there and spending a day. And actually, the day we were there, they were launching a rocket, and we decided not to stay because we were worried we were gonna have to stay like 3 hours after the park closed, I think. And you never have a guarantee that the rocket is gonna launch or not. And we thought, well, that would be so lame to sit here for 3 hours. And so we went back and checked in the hotel. We checked into Caribbean Beach that night. And I think we might have went out to eat then at downtown Disney. No, excuse me, Disney Springs. I don't remember. All right, so that was Orlando, and that was January. And then the next trip was in April, where Marcus and I cruised on the Freedom of the Seas. You guys remember this cruise and these videos? I had a great time on that ship. It was great to cruise with Marcus again. The other cruise I did this year was not with Marcus, it was with Collie. And I keep Andreas. His real name is Andreas, but I always call him Collie. Anyways, I keep thinking that the Harmony of the Seas was this year as well, but it was November of last year. But because I edited and posted a lot of the Harmony videos this year, that's why to me it still seems like this year. Gosh, that was a big trip. Anyways, the Freedom was a great cruise. We had good weather. We went to some interesting places that I hadn't been before, like Labadee, and rode that insane Dragon's Breath zip line. Have you guys done this? I mean, even just watching the video again, I think, I can't believe I did that. I mean, I also think I can't believe I paid for it because it's ridiculously expensive, but for like a one-time crazy adventure, yeah, it was cool. And you know, if I went back to Labadee, it would be a hard decision for me if I were gonna do it again or not. Not because I didn't think it was awesome, but just because it's just so much money, you know? Maybe I'll find a way to get it for free. We also went to Puerto Rico. Oh, I know what I can tell you, and I don't know if I really talked about this in any videos. I know I posted about it on Facebook, but this links also to the Harmony of the Seas. In my video, Boarding the Largest Cruise Ship in the World, when I'm walking up into the ship, this couple walks past. And after I posted that video, a couple weeks later, this woman wrote to me and she's like, "Oh my gosh, Morgan, I'm so excited. we're in your video. And she posted a picture of herself with a screenshot. She's like, look, this is us. And her and her husband were that couple walking past. And it was a really fun, the first time that's ever happened. And I just thought it was fascinating that somebody who watches my videos then was in one of the videos and didn't even realize that we were on the ship at the same time. Anyways, small world story, tying it now into the Freedom of the Seas. Then, several months later, when Marcus and I were on the Freedom, we were walking through this fortress in San Juan, and this woman comes up to me and she's like, Morgan. And I was like, hi. And she said, I'm Michelle. I wrote to you that we were in your video. And we just happened to run into each other then in person in San Juan when she was cruising on an MSC ship. And I just thought, okay, this is getting crazy. So that was also a really fun, wild experience. And hey, Michelle, say hi to your husband too. I hope we run into each other again sometime soon. That'd be fun, huh? After we disembarked from the Freedom, we spent a couple days in Miami and had a great time just hanging out on the beach, going out to eat, drinking those gigantic drinks. Do you remember that? I posted those on Instagram and Facebook. We had these drinks that were like, it was like a gallon of margarita. And that was a good night. We had a good time, and it was just nice to have a hotel right on the beach with a view of the waves and get up in the morning and go out in the sun. I went running on the beach every day. I could definitely imagine living that life. If you live on the beach, how did you make it work? Then, in August, we went to Disneyland Paris. And it was also a very fun trip for me because Marcus had never been to Disneyland Paris and I hadn't been there in several years, and I was so happy to see. Well, the last time I was there, I was disappointed with the state of the parks, like the shape that things were in. So many things were broken, things needed painting, like there were rides where whole animatronic figures were not working and lights were off, and I just thought, oh, this is really, really depressing. And I was so glad we went this summer because things are so beautiful now. The new overhaul of Pirates of the Caribbean is fantastic. The new paint on Big Thunder Mountain, it looks like rocks again and it's not pink anymore. And the additions of the new shows to the Studios Park as well as the Ratatouille ride, things are going in the right direction at Disneyland Paris. Marcus and I bought season passes, and so we definitely have to go back again at least once before August of next year. Oh, and it's almost January. We better hurry. I just heard some friends of mine are gonna go over Easter, so maybe we'll go with them. Hello, Sturmer family. I'm talking to you. Then, not too long after that, I went on the Epic again, the first time that I ever cruised on a ship for the second time, and I would have never thought it would have been the Epic, but as I said in the videos leading up to that, the reason I picked it is because I really wanted to go to do some kind of trip with my good friend Andreas, aka Collie, and I wanted to convince him that he would love cruising, and I wanted to do another cruise, not only for me, but also for you. And just with the time that we had and the destinations that we could go, the Epic was the one that made sense. And I really enjoyed cruising on the Epic again. The only detractor, for any of you who might not watch a lot of my videos, is just the dumb shape of the cabins and the see-through glass bathroom doors that don't really close. But it was much more comfortable with Andreas than it was with Marcus, for reasons I've talked about in other videos as well. And on that cruise, also saw some destinations that I had never seen before in the Mediterranean, like Cannes, which was very charming. And we spent the first 2 days before we got on the ship in Rome, which I never would have thought would be as fascinating as it was. I mean, I think history and culture is something worth spending time visiting and exploring. But you know me, I prefer pop culture, like theme parks and water slides and things like that. But Rome was just, I could go back there and just spend a week in Rome. And the next time that I cruise leaving from Civitavecchia, I probably will spend more time in Rome just because I had such a great time there. Also, on the Epic, I did some of the videos that I wanted to try to do some things I had never done before. I went and got my hair cut on the ship. I've had it cut since then again. I did an ASMR video that I never posted. I only posted that at Patreon. If I posted that on my normal channel, it would turn so many of you off, and I don't want anybody to come to my channel for the first time and see that video and think, these are the kind of videos that he makes? How does he have 25,000 subscribers? So don't worry about that. I won't be posting any more ASMR videos on this channel. But I also did the mukbang video where I ordered room service and just sat down and had a meal with you, and that's one of the most popular videos from that cruise, and so I'll definitely be doing more of those videos. I recorded a American junk food Taco Bell eating video when I was visiting my parents in Oregon in November, and I haven't posted that yet, but that's coming. And now I just got back from Minnesota yesterday, like literally not even a day ago, and that was my last trip of this year. I have no surprise trips planned between now and New Year's, and it just was a really, really great year as far as traveling goes. I didn't have any big whammies this year, like that one trip to Disney where everything went wrong, which I also talked about in a story time. If you want to find out about all those things I was whining about, then you can check my Storytime playlist and you'll see, I think it's called My Worst Disney Vacation. And I didn't step on any rocks and have to get stitches in my foot like I did on the Harmony cruise, so it was a good year. And I got in touch with so many more people through social media, through Facebook, through YouTube, through Instagram. I can only say it again, it just makes me so happy to do what I do and to get the feedback from you all that you enjoy it as well, and especially when I hear that I helped you guys plan or enjoy something or get the most out of your money, or even people write to me and say, oh, I've been sick all week and I've been binge watching your videos. I just, that makes me happy because I do it. That's why I do it, you know, for that. 2018 is just around the corner. Just around the river bend. And at the moment we have no solid plans, but I've been talking about it for a while, and I'm pretty sure that there's gonna be a Carnival or MSC cruise coming up, and if it does happen, it probably will be before April. Marcus and I are gonna be doing our next big vacation together in April. No plans yet. Might be Disney Florida, might be Shanghai, might be Tokyo, might be California, might be a cruise. I don't know. Write in the comments below what you really think we should do. Keep in mind that when we travel, I can't always only just do what I want to do. I also have to think about things that are going to make great videos and things that you guys want to see. So, I mean, I'm sure that Marcus would be happy to just go spend a week on some island someplace where they've got a great restaurant and buffet and stuff and just relax. And I would love to do that too, but not a lot of videos can come out of that. So try to think about you guys too when we plan our trips. There definitely will be cruise videos in 2018. There definitely will be theme park videos in 2018. I also have some ideas for some more variety for these Sunday videos. They're not all going to be story times. There's going to be other Sunday videos coming up, and I'm excited to do that as well. And I just want to say thanks again to everybody for having a great 2017 with me here on the Very Unofficial Travel Guides, and I'll see you soon in 2018. Bye-bye.